Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a new episode of Chatting with Lady C. Hello, Mum, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, honey. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Are you comfortable?
Very much so.
You are? Okay. You're a bit tired, aren't you?
Mm.
Yes, well, that's what happens when you're working hard. And you are, aren't you? I'm proud of my boy. Okay, hun, hit us with the first question.
Right, so for our first question today, Madeline Maria. Are Harry and Meghan behaviour on purpose on Netflix orders to cause more notoriety when their work comes out for Netflix and people are more interested to watch?
Well, I think we can safely say that Madeline Maria has got it in one. I went to some lengths in my book to point out that Meghan is a fame addict. And the way fame really works is everybody who is a fame junkie says to themselves and everybody else, I hate bad publicity, I only want good publicity. The truth is they want attention. And as Eli Wallet once explained to me, to people of that kind, bad attention is better than no attention at all. There is little doubt in my mind that Sunshine Sacks and Meghan, and I go into this in my book. Come on, Nick, if you want to come. Meghan and... Sorry, come on. I go into it in my book that Meghan gave Sunshine Sacks instructions that she wanted to be the most famous person on earth. You cannot be the most famous person on earth if you are known for only good and predictable and decent and humanitarian things. It has to be a mixture. There has to be rough with the smooth. There has to be controversy and drama and constant novelty. And there is no doubt in my mind that Meghan and Harry, because let's not forget that Harry is a part of that couple, and Harry is a very willing participant in everything, that Harry and Meghan, their agenda is as much fame as possible for themselves, and that they will also up the ante in financial terms, including with Netflix, and especially now with Netflix, because as has been explained to us behind the scenes, as you know, by people who know Netflix and work with Netflix, that when you sign a contract with Netflix, you sell your soul to Netflix. And yeah, so Madeline Maria, you're absolutely right. It's all to up the ante, keep themselves in the forefront of the news, have their names bandied about with controversy and drama so that they become a more valuable commodity. It's also called prostituting yourself if you are a royal. But that is something else again. What do you think?
Yes, as soon as you sell yourself to Netflix, it's done for yourself. Or really any TV show.
No, but Netflix in particular, evidently.
Any TV show. I'm sorry, as soon as you put your name down on that contract, they can do whatever they want. Yeah, you don't read the small print.
But with Netflix, they do demand that you effectively hand your soul over to them. It's called a Mephistophelian bargain. Next question, honey.
So for our second question today, I saw a video today about the fact that white working class young men in Britain are one of the least advantaged groups. Can you affirm this or give a counter argument for this assertion?
I cannot give a counter argument for this assertion because the reality is that the white working class in Britain, especially young men, have been left behind. This is one of the disadvantages of when you start to favour one group of people over another. Inevitably, a certain group gets left behind. And this is where positive affirmation and positive prejudice is actually negative. June Sarpong, who is a black journalist, I've run across her. She's very respected in her field. She is in charge of the BBC's diversity, and she has been very articulate on this subject. And she has made not only the point that white working class people in England need to be more represented and better represented, but that also the debate needs to be more nuanced. She has made the point that she is from a black working class immigrant background brought up in a white working class community. And she sees, as do I, and anybody, whether they're white or black, who has been brought up with black people and around black people and or in a black world, that the whole issue is very nuanced, and that people who actually suffered prejudice are not always the best people to remedy the situation. It needs to be people who have no prejudices and have no axe to grind. She has no prejudices. She has no axe to grind. She understands that the issue is extremely nuanced and that the BBC especially needs to step up to the plate and start to represent that very underrepresented, disadvantaged segment of the British community, which is the white working class male especially. Fascinating, no?
Yes.
Fascinating. You see, this is where Harry and Meghan are mischievous. They have jumped in with as two ignoramuses, completely ignorant, knowing nothing about it, jumping into demanding this, saying that, stoking fires, when people like June Sarpong or Trevor Phillips, who was the head of the Equal Opportunities Commission in England and is a very, very well respected member of the black community, and I would imagine will hopefully soon be made a lord. I mean, he should be made a lord because he is really absolutely wonderful and even-handed and non-prejudiced. What we need in the race issue and the class issue is people who are not prejudiced. You don't want people who are prejudiced in one favor, in one way or another. You want people who are totally unprejudiced and understand that it's nuanced. Mm-hmm. Well, you ought to know because you've lived amongst black people all your life, haven't you?
Yes.
And you know the whole thing is very nuanced. Next question, honey.
No worries. So for our next question today, Marilyn Cole, how about Meghan's new website, Meghan for President? Meghan Markle for President, professional looking website, check it out.
I have checked it out. Thank you very much, Marilyn Cole. I have checked it out. How about it? Well, I think we can safely say it is a kite that is being flown by Meghan, Sunshine Sachs, and her advisors, including the people like in the political world, let's put it like that, who understand that Meghan has political ambitions and they have ambition to they have the desire to take advantage of Meghan's ambitions if they can and if it will suit them. And it's flying a kite. Uh, if it becomes successful, great. If it's not successful and it bombs, it was put up by someone else. It's I mean, they're so transparent. If you know anything about the way politics and public relations and the press and works, I mean, it's actually like they're naked and they're saying, "Look at me, just look at me in all my glorious clothes, completely naked." Unbelievable. The emperor's new clothes. So, next question,
All
honey.
right. Several people have written about Meghan Markle's claim that she did not know about Black History Month. Despite evidence of the contrary, Lynn McClaife in particular said Meghan stated she was not aware of Black History Month in the UK. Funny that a class of children from Woodland School, Birkenhead, wrote to Harry and Meghan and they visited the school to celebrate Black History Month in October 2019. After the visit, they personally wrote to each pupil. The letters are shown on the school's social media page. They are proud of them. Can you highlight any examples of her showing her concern or humanitarianism when it's corners to the black community in Britain? Interestingly, when she ran Sussex Royal, there was never any mention of Black History Month in the US.
Well, that well, that is very interesting. Lynn McAuliffe, I suppose is how I would pronounce her name. I don't know. I think it's a very good question. Uh, and it's a question that has been asked by several other people as well. And one or two of them have made some very good observations, and I'll just rattle off their names first. Tonya Dallas, Alice Miller, Beth Garrow, M. Corbett, J.D., Jordan Kaiser. Each of them has made a separate point with regard to this. It is beyond belief, and it shows yet again how either Meghan is functioning on a completely different planet and has absolutely no connection to Earth, or Meghan's ability to speak the truth is as obvious as her contempt for the people to whom she is giving a line of rubbish. How could she have gone to that school, celebrated Black History Month with them? I know because last year I was launching People of Colour and the Royals at the Black Archives Museum, and I know the big deal this sort of thing is in terms of Black History Month. And for Meghan to expect us to believe that she, the first declared woman of colour to enter the British royal family, went to a school, wrote letters to all of the students afterwards, celebrating Black History Month, and she never heard of it until a few weeks ago. I mean, the disconnect between her actions, her past, and her present. And obviously, Sunshine Sachs said to her, "Oh, Meghan, you've never done anything in terms of your blackness, except possibly pass for white. And you've never, been out there, and you need to be out there. You need to jump on the Black Lives Matter bandwagon. You need to black up, girl, and really just sort of hit the ground running as a black woman.
Because has she done anything about it?
Well, yes, she made the announcement to excuse the fact that she has never done anything before, that she's never taken part in anything, she's never supported anything black before in terms of the political movements or the national movements. What has she done? She's done something. She's lied. She's brazenly lied. She said that she never heard of Black History Month in Great Britain. It's a lie. Meghan Markle, sue me if you think that you can. You have lied, lied, lied. Everybody knows you have lied. And I, as a Jamaican and a West Indian, and somebody who at the same time that you were at that school posing as a woman of colour royal, I was at the Black Archives Museum launching a book on people of colour and the royals for Black History Month. It is not possible, unless you are on drugs or dead, that you could have not known about Black History Month. You are a liar, an unmitigated, brazen liar. And I invite you to sue me, because what I am saying is absolutely factual, and it is offensive. Don't you find it offensive?
Yes, because everybody knows about Black History Month. It's advertised. There's a lot of publicity about it.
Yes, and it's been going for decades.
Yes, exactly.
And she, I'll do some of them. Jordan Kaiser makes a point. Black History Month is observed in the USA in February. Meghan Markle claims she is a woman of colour and her colour has always mattered to her. Yet she didn't know, didn't have a part to play with this in all the time that she was hustling her way to the top. She had nothing to do with Black History Month in America.
I think that's terrible.
Then we have M. Corbett. Good God, Meghan lived in Canada for 7 years. Black History Month is celebrated here very publicly, and yet she didn't claim to have participated here either. I would imagine it is very much the same in Britain. She has also been called out as she and Harry were invited to school in England, etc., etc. That's repeating what we said. Then we have J.D., who quite rightly makes the point, because, of course, Harry has been lecturing all of us that we are all racists and that, we are a part of structural racism and blah, blah, blah. Yet, JD says Harry didn't realise there was a racist issue in the UK because by and large there isn't one. Quite right, JD. He is repeating what Rachel tells him. It's an outrage. Again, JD, I agree with you. It's an outrage. And yes, he is repeating what Rachel Zane, the hot shot paralegal from Suits, to whom he's married. Oh, what's her other name? Meghan Markle tells him. Oh, the whole thing is just odious. Just odious. Lynn Micallef also makes the point. We also have the highest percentage of mixed race marriages in the world. Meghan and Harry, suck it up. That's evidently what Meghan told that's evidently what Harry told his grandmother and grandfather when they balked at the idea of him marrying his hot totty. Tonya Dallas remembers the whole business of Meghan's visit to the school and said, I remember that. Harry and Meghan are nothing but pathological liars. Well, I think we are beginning to have some synchronicity where that is concerned. This is obviously a nom de plume, I would imagine. Vinarka Queen says, it's on the school's Twitter page, Woodlands Community. There is a photo of the children holding up their letters from Meghan, which all are included with a photo of her. The woman is a joke. I would not dispute that conclusion. And Alice Miller says, my daughter is far darker than Meghannuts, and she has always been the most popular girl in the class. Been to Buck House as a guest twice too. Beth Garrows says, and yet children wrote to Megs for Black History Month a year or two ago, and Megs wrote back to thank them. Apparently her memory is as good as Harry's, since she'd forgotten about Black History Month. Well, there is very little more I think I can add to this than to say, do Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan, seriously believe that the public is so dumb that they can hoodwink everybody and just shoot verbal diarrhea out of their mouths and via their public relations advisors, and that we, the public, are going to believe it? What I have found very interesting, I have to tell you, honey, is doing these talks is, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again, is to discover how knowledgeable, how sensible, and how informed an awful lot of the public are. Have you not noticed it?
Yes, a lot of people know a bit about everything about them.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not only this subject. If you practically any subject, I mean, yeah, there are cranks out there, but there are also an awful lot of very intelligent, sound, sensible, well-informed people who have joined the debates on various subjects and are a wealth of knowledge and information, you know, because, I mean, the feedback, all of this feedback is invaluable for me as a writer, you know. I mean, when you write normally, you're stuck in your ivory tower, you know, with your reference books and your investigative material, etc., etc. But I have been really impressed with the feedback I have got from our viewers. I have really been. I think they are a quality act. Don't you think?
Yes, it's very interesting that these people know all of this information, and then you can pick up on what they say as well.
Yeah, yes. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for the questions. Please keep them coming in. I hope you have enjoyed this.
Well, thank you everybody, and we hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you very much, and goodbye.